Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the public meeting of the Halton District School Board. The date is November the 19th, 2024. I would like to welcome everyone this evening. Thank you for joining us. Please be advised that the meeting is being recorded and being live streamed on the hdsb.ca and on the HDSB YouTube channel. We're going to have the roll call. Trustee Ahmed.
Good evening, please.
Trustee Amos.
Hello, everyone.
Trustee Baxter.
Good evening.
Trustee Bryden.
I'm here.
Trustee Collard.
Good evening.
Trustee Daniele.
Thank you, I am here.
Trustee Gray.
Hello.
Trustee Oliver.
Good evening, everyone.
Trustee Rocha.
Hello.
Trustee Shuttleworth.
Hello.
Trustee Zhang.
Good evening.
Student Trustee Ochu.
Good evening.
And Student Trustee Ho.
Good evening.
Thank you so much, everyone. In addition, we have the senior team in attendance this evening. At this time, we will turn it over to Trustee Daniele for honoring the land.
Thank you. We begin by acknowledging the land and our responsibility to care for and respect all that provides us with life. This land upon which the HDSB is situated is on the ancestral, treaty, and title lands of the Anishinaabeg, Ojibwe, Mississauga Nation, which is now known as the Mississaugas of the Credit. Mississauga territory in the past and present continues to host both Indigenous and non-Indigenous peoples. The HDSB is committed to continuous knowledge building with respect to actions that address and resolve the ongoing impacts of colonialism. We do this by learning and understanding the true history, treaty obligations, duties and responsibilities, and Indigenous rights, while actively maintaining mutually beneficial relationships and collectively respecting and caring for the land.
Thank you, Trustee Daniele. Trustee Bryden, would you like to move a motion to approve the agenda?
I would.
Trustee Gray, would you like to second this motion?
Yes, I would. Thank you.
Are you ready for the question? Are there any objections to approving the agenda? Seeing none, the agenda is approved by unanimous consent. 1.4, in declarations of possible conflict of interest in relation to our agenda this evening, are there any declarations of possible conflict of interest? Seeing none, we will move to item 2 on the agenda, the annual organizational meeting of the board. We're going to move to the election of the chair and vice chair. I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome everyone to the 2024 annual organizational meeting of the Halton District School Board, where the election of the chair and vice chair of the board will be conducted. Per the Education Act and the board's policy and governance bylaw, as Director of Education, I will preside over the election of the chair, and the newly elected chair will then preside over the election of the vice chair. I will call upon trustees individually in a random order to indicate their interest in the position of chair. Each trustee will be given an opportunity to indicate their interest in the position of chair or to indicate their support for any other trustee. After all trustees have spoken, the trustees who confirm their interest in the position of chair may speak to their interest for up to 3 minutes in order in which their interest was expressed. In the event that only one trustee wishes to be the candidate for the position of chair, no vote will be required, and that trustee will be declared the chair for the upcoming year. In the event that more than one trustee wishes to be the candidate for the position of chair, a vote will be required. Each trustee will vote by recording the name of one candidate on their ballot. The candidate who receives the majority of the votes cast by all trustees present will be declared the chair for the coming year. Please note that there are 2 senior administrators who will act as scrutineers for the election of chair and vice chair, and those are Superintendent Ippolito and Superintendent Ngoy. Thank you for doing this. We will now move to 2.1, election of the chair. I'm going to canvass trustees for your expression of interest in the position of chair for the Halton District School Board. And I've got your names in a cup here. I'm going to choose them in random order. So the first one out is Trustee Collard.
Yes, thank you very much. I am interested in running for chair again this year.
Thank you. Trustee Shuttleworth.
Trustee Gray and I were just talking about how I would respond, and no, thank you very much.
Thank you. Trustee Oliver.
I respectfully decline.
Thank you. Trustee Ahmed.
Thank you for the offer, but not this year, please.
Thank you. Trustee Zhang.
Not for this year. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Gray.
No, thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Baxter.
Not this year, thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Daniele.
Thank you, but no.
Thank you. Trustee Bryden.
No, thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Amos.
Not this year, thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Rocha.
No, thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. So we have only one candidate declared this evening, expression of interest for the position of chair. And so we're going to go to all right. In accordance with the bylaws and the position, I'm going to declare that Trustee Collard will be the chair for the Halton District School Board, and she's acclaimed for the trustee for the next year. And so I'm going to ask Trustee Collard to take her position as chair.
Just need a minute to get logged in over here.
Okay, I'm going to officially give you the gavel. Here it is. I'll just rest it here for you. And when you are ready, I will ask you to provide your inaugural address.
Yes. Thank you, Director Ennis. Last year, I made a commitment that we would build a multi-year strategic plan that's aspirational, flexible, and firmly rooted in equity, collaboration, accountability, transparency, integrity, and empathy. Each of you was actively engaged in creating a plan that speaks to the high standards we embrace at our board. Each of us owns this plan, and I will ensure we incorporate it into the governance of our board. I promised to continue to look for ways to create even greater efficiency at our meetings and encouraged you to continue sharing your ideas on increasing the effectiveness of our work. Last year, we made incredible progress in this regard, and I am looking forward to further enhancements to our processes. We worked as a collaborative team on many issues, and while we may not have always agreed, our debates and discussions helped us reach decisions that benefit our students, staff, and community. I look forward to many more productive meetings where we bring our expertise to the forefront and discover new ways to enhance and strengthen the Halton District School Board. I engaged and consulted with you in a meaningful and thoughtful manner, and I will continue to have an open door policy, listen to you, give guidance when you ask for it, and come to you when I need your wise counsel. I have supported opportunities to enhance our communication and collaboration with our communities and this has given greater voice to the community and demonstrated our commitment to open and transparent processes, leading to greater public confidence in the accountability and integrity of our board. About 18 months ago, many of us around this table participated in the Building Community Challenge facilitated by I Think, where we explored the importance of a positive mindset. We worked on framing things using affirming language. The facilitators demonstrated the powerful impact of using what they referred to as pro-pro phrasing instead of pro-con. I will be challenging all of us to bring this technique to our communications with each other and the public we serve. Our discussions and debates need to happen in safe spaces where everyone can share their thoughts freely. By practicing pro-pro phrasing, I believe we will be better able to focus on the important issues before us. As Trustee Daniele is fond of saying, let's be tough on the issues and gentle on the people. Lastly, I'd like to comment on our most recent governance PD session, where we discussed the role of the chair as the spokesperson of the board. I have always and will always take this part of the role very seriously. Everything that I do as a trustee, and especially as chair, comes from my very deeply rooted belief that what we do matters. We should always be striving to support our students, staff, and communities. Let's work together toward a better and brighter future for everyone in the Halton District School Board. Thank you. The next item on our agenda is the election of the vice chair. In accordance with the board governance bylaw, I will now call for indications of interest in the position of vice chair by randomly drawing the names of trustees. As their name is drawn, each trustee will be given the opportunity to indicate their interest. Following this process, trustees who have confirmed their interest in the position of vice chair may speak to their candidacy for a period no longer than 3 minutes. Trustees will be offered the opportunity to speak in the order in which they expressed their interest. Trustee Amos.
Not at this time, thank you very much.
Trustee Gray.
No, thank you.
Trustee Rocha.
No, thanks.
Trustee Ahmed.
Thank you for asking, but no thanks.
Trustee Oliver.
It's my honor to put my name forward. Thank you.
Trustee Daniele.
No, thank you.
Trustee Shuttleworth.
No, thank you.
Trustee Zhang.
No, thank you.
Trustee Baxter.
No, thank you.
And Trustee Bryden.
No, thank you.
I believe that means we have acclaimed our vice chair. Please welcome Vice Chair Oliver to her seat. Vice Chair Oliver, I will give you a moment to get settled and then ask if you would like to make an address. This is where we really need a party game or something.
Good evening. First, I would like to say what an honor and pleasure it was to work with all of you this year. As we find ourselves midway through our term, I'm looking forward to 2 more years of working together to support the HDSB students and staff as we continue to maintain our focus on student achievement and well-being. As I celebrate my 10th anniversary as HDSB trustee, I continue to feel the same passion for this role with an even greater sense of loyalty and duty to every student, to the HDSB staff, to this board. I stand by the belief that good working relationships with the chair, the director and his office, the senior team, and student trustees, along with strong board performance, are key to effectively working through issues and challenges while maintaining focus on students. I am committed to maintaining my own strong working relationships and plan to support my fellow trustees in this regard. I am committed to supporting a culture of kindness, respect, and trust. I am honored to serve as your vice chair. Thank you very much for your vote of confidence.
We have now reached item 2.6, the resolution to destroy the ballots. Be it resolved that the Halton District School Board destroy the ballots for the chair and vice chair election of November 19, 2024, and this is a moot motion, and I will not be making this motion. Silly me. Okay. We are now up to the action items for November 19th. We have one action item this evening, that is 3.1, that the Board of Trustees approve the banking resolution authority to sign, Appendix 1, banking resolution current expenditures, Appendix 2, banking resolution education development charges, Appendix 3, and banking resolution facsimile signatures on checks, Appendix 4. Trustee Daniele, would you make this motion?
Thank you. Yes, I would.
Trustee Rocha, would you second this motion?
I would.
Superintendent Ngoy, would you like to speak to this report?
Thank you. And through the chair, this is an annual report to assign the bylaws for the banking resolutions. There are no changes from the prior year. There are no changes in terms of signatories or the actual maximum operating line of credit. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Superintendent Ngoy? Seeing none, please cast your vote. And that passed unanimously. Thank you very much, Superintendent Ngoy. We are now up to section 5.0, communication to the board. We have, actually it's 4.0, my apologies. 4.1.1, Board Self-Assessment Standing Committee Annual Report, submitted by Vice Chair Oliver and Trustee Bryden. Vice Chair Oliver and Trustee Bryden, would you like to speak to this report?
Thank you very much. The report that's in front of you summarizes the activities that took place during the course of the past year as we assessed our own individual and collective as a board performance. We identified some areas for improvement, and we worked through those during the course of the year. And with the new survey in October, we have our preliminary results, and we will be looking to identify key themes and areas for continuous growth and improvement as a Board of Trustees. So that work will continue to happen with the start of the new Board Self-Assessment Standing Committee. Thank you.
Trustee Bryden, did you have anything to add?
No.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Thank you very much, Trustee Bryden and Vice Chair Oliver. We will move on to the next item. 4.1.2, Governance Document Review Standing Committee Annual Report, submitted by Trustee Bryden. Trustee Bryden, would you like to speak to this report?
Thank you. Before you have the list of items that were tackled over the course of the past year, along with those remaining before the next committee. I will note that among the long list of policies that are due for review in the coming year, only 2 of them are actually trustee-led. The Director's Roles, Responsibilities Annual Performance Review and the Electronic Meetings Policy. The others are staff-led and may come to the committee for review, but are not the committee's responsibility to carry on.
Thank you very much, Trustee Bryden. Are there any questions? Trustee Gray.
Thank you very much. Not a question so much as just a great big thank you. This committee has done some very heavy lifting through this past year and has guided us really, really well. And I want to just put it out there, a special thanks to Robbie, Amy, and Xingyi for all of your work on our behalves. Thank you.
I see no other speakers. So we will move on to 4.1.3, Trustee Professional Development Planning Standing Committee Annual Report, submitted by Trustee Baxter. Trustee Baxter, would you like to speak to this report?
Yes, thank you. Through the chair, before you trustees, we have a summary and a list of all of the professional development that was made available to trustees this year. I think the report is fairly self-explanatory, but happy to take any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Baxter. And seeing no questions, I just wanted to comment that we had some really excellent PD this year, and thank you to you and the committee for all of the hard work. Moving on to item 4.2, trustee questions of clarification. Are there any questions of clarification regarding tonight's agenda? Seeing none, we will move on to trustee news. Are there any announcements for this evening? Okay, I have one announcement, and it is that I will be distributing the striking committee form following this evening's meeting. Please complete it by 5 p.m. on Friday so we can all prepare for next Tuesday. We have reached section 5.0, and as our agenda is exhausted, I call this meeting adjourned. Thank you very much.